Grand rising, everybody. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I am Peacekeeper, and I'm out here in the heart of nature. Yeah, to raise my frequency. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Feels so good to be right here, right now, in this present moment. Beautiful bird songs. There's a night quiet peace that's in the atmosphere on this beautiful grand rise. It's here, giving thanks for that. I'm grounding out of it, getting my feet in the ground, in the dirt, wiggling my toes just a little bit. Just being right here, right now, in this present moment. Into not thinking mind, not worry mind, not fight mind. Just here. Anyways, enough of that. Give thanks, guys. Give thanks on this beautiful grand rise. Let's move into today's message here now. If you're receiving this message, maybe someone dealing with a heartbreak. So know that you won't not meant. Know that you didn't come across this message by chance. And you're receiving this message because the universe wants you to receive this message from me. So let's dive straight into it and get started. So this topic is inspired by a relationship that I was caught up in the middle of yesterday. And clearly, on the outside looking on, I see that both parties are clearly hurting. I see both parties are, leave me alone, mosquitoes. Well, that actually came in so smooth. Both parties are like, leave me alone, mosquitoes. But yeah, both parties was like that. They clearly didn't really want to be around each other in that moment, in that time. Anger was very high, and both of them weren't thinking clearly. Both of them were in the egoic mind. This is why, hence, there was no real communication, but really just both parties were just picking on each other, throwing words at each other. Yeah, no clarity, and well, both of them were trying to get me in the middle of it. And this being said, I had to step aside and not be a part of it because I could have said a lot of things there that may have been able to help the situation, but the truth of this is I have a lot of wisdom in me to know that when someone is heated, they're not thinking clearly and they won't be able to really reciprocate. But it is that, they really want to be more going off of emotional choices. So, this being said, I didn't waste my time to explain anything there and then. I just let it be and observe the situation. So, from that standpoint, I'll be coming from a place of detachment and clarity as I'm not in the situation itself, but just the overseer, the onlooker. And some of the things that stood out to me there in terms of then that whole discussion, that whole argument wasn't a discussion. I saw a lot of heartbreak. I saw a lot of pent up emotions there that has been there not just by what has triggered the argument, but for a prolonged period of time that they were in that relationship together. There has been a lot of back and forths, on and offs. And this, my friends, is why I'm saying here that stuff that has also been piled up from that time that was coming out there. Because they haven't taken the time to genuinely face their hurts. They haven't taken the time to actually face their feelings from the past scenarios, the past instances that has taken place in their relationship. And mind you be guys, all relationship goes through some kind of tough times, some type of rough times. Like it's part of life, it's part of the journey, especially when it is that you love someone. You know, especially when it's somebody that you care about deeply. So just throwing that out there. But in the midst of it, there's a lot, you know, and because they weren't facing the pain, because they weren't really speaking about it, diving deep together and actually venting and releasing it, they chose to like hold on to it and suppress it and do things behind each other's backs. Both sides, both parties. So I say this to stay with you. Love sometimes make you do crazy things. You know, because you love someone to the point where yeah, to the point where you basically think that oh gosh, you need to be with them. It creates an illusion in your mind of thinking that you own them. So hence, when things are not playing off well, that title of ownership kind of kicks in, thinking that they need to stay with you or they have to be with you. And the truth with this is, we don't own anybody. Everyone that we enter a relationship with, we're just experiencing them for a brief moment in time, a brief space in time. They are just choosing to spend their lives and their reality, their universe with us. So I shared this to say here that the force of trying to hold together a toxic relationship because of ownership and because of thinking that they have no choice. It really and truly has created a lot of not so good stuff in this world. So hence when people get broken up and they are no longer together, they oftentimes get heartbroken because now that being or now that person is not in their life anymore. And also, now they have to be all alone with all those memories of good times and with all those memories of arguing. You gotta be alone with that. And not a lot of people want to be alone with that. So, this is why oftentimes people feel like they're heartbroken and they've lost a part of them. Which brings me into this part of the message here. Sometimes a breakup isn't really a breakup. Sometimes you really just need that space to gain that clarity so that they can gain the outside view of the relationship and get time to reflect and to really see if they truly love that being, that person. But most people don't look at it that way. Most people look at a break as a breakup. But relationships need necessary breaks, guys. Like, you really do. Like, you spend time every day with that being. You spend time in almost everything. So, together. So, sometimes you do need some alone time. You do need a break. But in that break, it's not a break of you need to get away from them because of their toxicity, or you need to get away from them because they're disturbing your mental peace. You're just getting away or taking a break to be with yourself too, because your life doesn't just revolve around that being. Whereas in a toxic relationship, you oftentimes feel like you need to get a break. You need to get away. You need to protect your peace. And those type of feelings, those type of thoughts comes from being in a toxic environment, a toxic space, meaning like you all are always arguing. So clearly an indication there it's not working. Shoes doesn't fit. But both parties are still holding on to something, thinking that they can make it work. But knowing damn well that they may not be good for each other. I'm like, okay. So, on looking, I said nothing. Because I could have been the one to be the buzzkill. And then give the both of them the raw facts that they need to hear. But it's not my place. I'm not doing that in that moment. That's why. All of that energy would have been taken out on me. And I'm good over here with that shit, man. That's protecting my mental peace. Yeah, I'm not having it. Not having that at all. But anyways, so within that being said now, after looking at that scenario, looking at that situation and realizing that, damn, I said this in that moment. In order for them to heal that broken heart feeling, that hurt between both parties, they need some distance. They need to really and truly take time to be alone with themselves again. And not just venture out for another partner or another being. Because that's the problem that was created in the first place. Both parties were having outside interactions. So this is like, for me, it's clearly you guys don't really care that much about the relationship if you're doing those things. But it's like I said, love sometimes makes you do stupid things if it's a mistake, if it's once. But it seems to be a reoccurring thing. So why not just be friends? Oh gosh. Why not just be friends? Why continuously keep hurting each other? You keep doing that. Why keep breaking each other's hearts? Because they do feel it for each other. Like, I do see an aspect of them that have feelings for each other, or else they would not have been arguing in the first place, or else they would not have been even trying. But the ego aspect of it is like, there's no clarity, and it's just a spiteful. So it seems also like a karmic relationship also, and I'll dive into that some other day. But in a nutshell, guys, what I'm saying here, the topic is how to get over the heartbreak aspect of it after coming out of a relationship, whether it be a toxic relationship or if it is that you just had a relationship with someone and things weren't going the best, and they just decided that they don't like it, they're not in it anymore, having it anymore. Not that you have done anything wrong, they just have gotten a change of heart or a change of mind. I say this here, guys. People change their minds. People are obligated to change their minds. People are obligated to make a decision to go on a new direction in their life. You know, people are obligated to do that. People's choices in their life, that's their choices. So, my friend, what I'm saying here is learn to let go of people and respect people for their choices in life, because their choices that they choose to make in life is the choices that they feel is the right choices within them. And with forcing them or trying to fight to keep them, when it is that they have made up their mind or they have made a choice to be somewhere else or be with someone else, that's on them. It's not on you to get them to want to be with you, because then you'd be forcing a situation, forcing a scenario that it's not meant for you, you know? Because, my friend, I hate to break it to you, but if it is that someone's meant for you, you won't have to force them to be in your life. If it is that someone is meant to be in your space, you won't have to have have to work hard. I'm talking about, like, try to over explain and break down why you should be here, why you should not be here with them, and you won't have to do that, because that being will also be choosing you, and really and truly you don't argue with the ones you love. You really don't, because you care too much about them. The arguments might be disagreement, but that won't be like an argument. It will be like more of a debate, communication. It might be like there will be some form of surrender is what I'm saying. So it won't be like you're butting heads with them. No, because someone who genuinely loves you, respects you, someone who genuinely loves you will want to communicate with you. Someone who genuinely loves you will want to do better, will do the best, will respect and honor the relationship, won't go outside of the relationship. Someone who truly loves you won't ever have to hide from you, because the truth is, someone who truly loves you will be open and vulnerable with you, stuff like that. So, with this being said, get that understanding too, that being that you were in that relationship with, it may or may not have been love. It could have just been you trying to fill the void of your loneliness. It could have been just been you trying to create something that wasn't there. It could have been a scenario that you made up, a dream that you were projecting, a future that you were trying to manifest, but the visions weren't aligning. Like, so understand, my friends, that the reason why you're hurting is not because that they left, but because the dream or the thoughts that you had, the life that you wanted with them, didn't work out. So it comes like you have a broken dream because that dream hasn't been fulfilled. You have a broken heart. But the truth is, you could fulfill that dream with someone else. The truth is, who knows the space and the time that you take to heal now, that being may come back into your life. If they're meant to be there, they've gotten the time to think about what they need to think about and clear their minds and get whatever they need to get in their system so that they won't feel like if they're missing out on something. Let them be, you know? Like, really. Because, truth with a heartbreak, there's no one that can ever heal you for you but you. Like, that's the truth with a heartbreak. You need to face your pain. You need to make amends with it. Like, you don't make amends with that pain within you. You will always be heartbroken. And how does one make that amends? Make that amends with that pain? Like, take time to be within yourself and give yourself forgiveness. Give yourself forgiveness. Because the forgiveness is not for the being that left. It's not for the bad that they have done to you, but for what it is you allowed them to do to you, for what it is you were tolerating while staying in that relationship, for what it is you were accepting and not voicing your opinion over, or not speaking up about and really and truly giving it to them real and raw, what you were thinking and what you were feeling and expressing to them those parts. If it was that you were doing that, you would not have gotten hurt in the first place, because you would have been expressing what it is that you actually want in the relationship. The other party would have known. But oftentimes we don't. And then blame the being for every single thing that we accepted. I was to learn that one the hard way. So this is why, like, forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. That's how you start to mend the wound, you know. That's how you start to mend the pain. Like, forgiveness. Really, guys. Really forgive and move on. Like, you don't have to be together in a relationship. No, you don't have to. But if you'll choose to, thereafter you'll choose to. But the truth is, it's better to find someone that's really meant for you, someone that really fits, you know, that flows. Because the ones that really are meant to be in your life, yeah, you don't have a lot of things in common. You don't have a lot of things to do. Like, the experiences will be so beautiful. because they won't just be revolving around sex. No, there'll be a deep intimacy there where you guys just have so much things in common. Like, she might be a writer, you might be a writer. She might be a singer, you might be a singer. He might be um, an artist, you might be an artist. She might be an artist. He might be an artist. You know where I'm going with it. It's just similar. And it doesn't even need to be exact same thing. Like, just saying there will be some type of, correspondence, some type of naturalness, neutrality within the relationship. That's what I'm saying. You know? He might be a gardener, she might be a decorator. Get it? But anyways, I'm saying is, yeah, guys, with a broken heart, you gotta focus on you. You gotta focus on healing that wound within yourself and facing that pain head on. And being real with yourself. Because if you don't be real with yourself, that broken heart will therefore tear you up. And you don't want that happening. So, take time to really and truly face it and take yourself out of it. Like if it didn't happen to you, like try to pull yourself out of it in that way so that you can see clearly and get the bigger picture. But it requires you to look at it, not by judging it, but just by looking at it. Like, look at it the way you look at a tree. Oftentimes people judge trees these days. So okay, look at it the way you judge a dog. Wait a minute, people even judge animals too. You know what? Stop judging. That might be the best bet. That's how you gain clarity. Allow the divine, allow God to show you what God wants to show you. Instead of forcing and looking for the answers, allow the answers to come. So the more you force an answer, is the more it doesn't come. Vice versa with a relationship. The more you force a relationship, the more you push the relationship away because you're forcing. So same concept, guys, when you're asking the universe to give you answers. Like, really ask, don't force. Just wait, be patient, be present, and allow the universe to share with you the truth. And this, my friend, will bring forth that clarity. This, my friend, will bring forth the truth. Because now you're place yourself in a position where you're open to receiving that truth. Yeah. I know I got this message here, guys. Don't want to go too deep into this topic anymore. I've said enough on that. Hope this message has reached whoever it was meant to reach today. Hope that this message brought forth enough clarity, and I hope that you heal that broken heart today. Hope that you find that strength within you to give forgiveness to yourself so that you can forgive the other being, and so that both parties can, move on with their lives as light as a feather, or even flock back together. You never know. It's like I said, love sometimes ends up not the best, but based on that relationship, clear picture for me though, see so clearly, it's not meant to be. Not my place to say that though. They need to figure that out on their own. I'm out, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this message. Peace, love, and harmony to you all.